Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? How did he amass a fortune in excess of 20 billion US dollars? And what's all this about a pizza costing $100 million? Join me in today's video as we explore the mystery of Satoshi Nakamoto and the origins of Bitcoin. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, mysteries allow us to be absorbed by something other than our own reality, and they allow our imaginations to run wild, which is why we all love a great mystery. And one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 21st century is the mystery of the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto is the pseudonym for a person or group of people that created the Bitcoin network. Satoshi created the Bitcoin network in response to the 2008 global financial crisis, where all of us experienced the impact that banks can have on our lives and the dependency that we have on banks and financial intermediaries. Satoshi created Bitcoin with a view of creating a network that could disintermediate the large financial institutions and allow individuals to transact with each other directly in a secure manner using the network's native currency, Bitcoin. The idea was simply to take back control from the large financial institutions and give it back to the people. In 2008, Satoshi published a white paper detailing his concept for the Bitcoin network. And in 2009, it was Satoshi himself who minted the first block of the Bitcoin blockchain, getting the idea up and running. After he had got the idea up and running and got a whole lot more smart people involved in developing the Bitcoin network, Satoshi vanished from all the forums that he was participating in and was never to be seen again or involved with the Bitcoin network, making his identity a real mystery. Before we get into Satoshi's identity, here's today's trivia. Do you know what the first real-world transaction on the Bitcoin network was? On the 22nd of May 2010, a man based in Florida exchanged 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 Papa John's pizzas. This is widely regarded as the first real-world transaction that took place on a cryptocurrency network, and the 22nd of May every year in the crypto space is referred to as Bitcoin Pizza Day. Now today is the 29th of July 2022, and the Bitcoin price is $23,700 for 1 Bitcoin. Now you can do the maths. 10,000 Bitcoin at $23,700 each equates to a price in excess of $200 million for those 2 pizzas, making the cost of each of those pizzas in today's terms more than $100 million. Now back to Satoshi's identity. There have been many weird, wild, and wonderful theories about the true identity of Satoshi Nakamoto. Recently, eccentric American businessman Dan Pena stated that he believed the true identity of Satoshi was none other than Russian President Vladimir Putin. Another interesting theory out there is that Satoshi Nakamoto is a member of the Yakuza, the Japanese mafia, and that the reason he invented the Bitcoin network was to allow the Yakuza to launder money through the network. There's many other theories out there, but the ones that have a little bit more credibility really involve 4 names on a repeated basis. The first is Hal Finney. Hal Finney was one of the developers who helped Satoshi with the development of the digital currency in the early days. He has repeatedly, however, denied being the true Satoshi Nakamoto, and just before he died in 2014, he reiterated that he had no idea what the true identity of Satoshi was. Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto is another person who is commonly thought to be the true Satoshi Nakamoto. First, for the obvious reason that they share the same name, but secondly, because Dorian is of Japanese descent, which Satoshi Nakamoto always claimed to be. And thirdly, Dorian is quite a skilled mathematician and engineer, and there are 1 or 2 other specific details that point in his direction. However, like Hal Finney, he has repeatedly denied being the true Satoshi Nakamoto. In 2016, Australian businessman Craig Wright claimed to be the true Satoshi Nakamoto. His claims were given a bit more credibility when early Bitcoin developer Gavin Andreessen said that he was 98% certain that Craig Wright was indeed the true Satoshi Nakamoto. His claims gained a lot of attention in the crypto communities and he later apologized, saying that he was not actually the true Satoshi Nakamoto. However, in 2020, he resurfaced again, once again claiming that he was the father of Bitcoin and the real Satoshi Nakamoto. Who knows? The last name that is often associated with the true identity of Satoshi Nakamoto is Nick Szabo. Nick is a crypto expert who worked on the foundations of the Bitcoin network in the early days and also developed his own cryptocurrency in the late 1990s called Bitgold. He has, however, also repeatedly denied that he is the true Satoshi Nakamoto. So, the mystery of Satoshi's identity remains a mystery. But now you might be asking, if you were the person or the group of people that developed one of the technologies that has the potential to change the world the way the world operates, why would you want your identity to remain anonymous? Now let's take a look at some of the reasons why Satoshi might want his identity to remain a mystery. Satoshi is expected or estimated to own somewhere between 750,000 and 1 million Bitcoins. At today's price of $23,700 per Bitcoin, that would amount to a fortune in excess of $20 billion, making him or her one of the richest people in the world. Now, I'm sure you can imagine, if you were one of the richest people in the world and you had the choice to be totally anonymous, wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? The second is that Satoshi's 1 million Bitcoin would equate to just under 5% of the total supply of Bitcoins. This would make him a real person of interest because he would have the ability to single-handedly influence the price of Bitcoin based on his buying and selling habits. Once again, making it a good enough reason for him to want to remain anonymous. The third, if you've been following what's been going on in the crypto space in recent times, is that cryptocurrencies have started to garner a lot more interest from regulators and banks, and for obvious reasons. Now, if you were the inventor of one of the cryptocurrencies that is having the biggest effect on regulators and banks, I have no doubt that you'd want to remain anonymous. Time for today's verse vernacular. Today's term is the Satoshi unit, and the Satoshi unit is the smallest unit or the smallest fraction of a Bitcoin that you can get. And it is named after the Bitcoin founder Satoshi Nakamoto, obviously. And 100 million Satoshi units is the equivalent of 1 Bitcoin. Guys, thanks for watching today. I hope you've really enjoyed and been entertained by the story of Satoshi Nakamoto. There is so much more to discuss and learn about Bitcoin, but we'll tackle that in future videos. Please join me next week when we talk about Ethereum.